controversial. Controversial. Why can I not say that word? Controversial. Controversial? What's going on, guys? Hello and welcome to another Division 2 video. We're going to be going over the healer build, which is probably the most controversial. You know what? Google, help me out.
Controversial.
Thank you. It is one of those videos, and it's all down to one piece, and it's actually not even one piece. It's one talent of one piece. So stay tuned. I'll get into that. I'll cover it, and I'll try and do my best to cover both sides because I know there is definitely two clear sides to this whole healer build. Let's dive into it without too much delay. However, I'm going to take 1 minute. We're going to say thank you to the Wipe Squad. You guys have been awesome. If you guys are interested, there will be a link in the description below to the community of over 500 Division 2 players. We do raids on a regular basis. We also frequently are hanging out in Summit or doing Countdown or whatever really floats your boat. If you're interested in joining, just finding some people to play with, click the link again, description below. It will be the top one. You can also join the Bicoastal Nation, which is my personal community. I run an ARC server through there. If you do like playing ARC, I do that in my spare time. I also play GTA 5M. Again, all of it is going to be down there. That'll be the second link for the Bicoastal Nation. As to the build, we are going to be covering the Future Initiative Healer. I will go through and do the full deep dive, everything from piece by piece, all the way into a little bit of gameplay. We'll cover the control room. We'll cover boss 3, boss 4 for Morozova for Iron Horse. Basically the three areas that you really want a healer. Boss 1 is more of an overcharge and keep people alive. Yeah, it's a healer, but regardless, we will get into those videos right here. All right, here we are with our healer build. I'm going to start first with the specialization like I always do. We have the survivalist specialization, the wonderful crossbow. There's a couple reasons to use it. It's helpful in a few different places. The biggest reason I'm running survivalist is the extra 15% to healing. You get an extra 15% healing using or outgoing healing, I guess they say, using the survivalist. You also get the wonderful fire grenade, which is helpful in a couple different situations. Boss 1, boss 3, depending on how you're doing things. There's a couple different nice things to have a fire grenade. There's maybe a little odds and ends that I'm not touching on, but overall, the main reason you are using this one is because you get 15% outgoing healing. As for the weapon, you don't do any damage. So my weapon of choice, and I recommend it to others, is the Scorpio, because if you cannot kill the enemy, you might as well crowd control the enemy. And Scorpio, if you're not familiar with it, is probably the best crowd control all-in-one package that you can possibly get. There is the blue screen. I haven't messed with it much. If you do like the blue screen, or maybe you use the blue screen, comment below. Tell me how you like it, what you think of it, because the blue screen is the new exotic, and I haven't really messed with it too much. On to my secondary. There's a couple different things that you could run here. I have the MK17 because every once in a while you just want a little bit of extra healing, although you really don't need it. The other thing you can use, I'm going to have to scroll a little bit, is if you use the Glory Days, if you're holding your Glory Days and then you switch to your chem, you have no sway. It's 100% stability to your healing chem. Not something that's like amazing to have, but it is it's fun. That's the only reason you have that. And then the last piece, you can put any pistol here. I have my Orbit because currently I need to get some proficiency rank in it, and I've found that this would be the best way to get it. Otherwise, there's really no use to the pistol. You can run whatever you want here. Getting into the build, I'm going to save the backpack for last because that is the
controversial
piece of the whole build. So we're going to go and start with our mask, and this is going to be the first of our Future Initiative set. I am running repair skills with a repair skills mod. I will get into the mods later as a whole. That's kind of part of the whole half of the argument of the backpack talent. But onto the chest piece, which is the star of this whole thing. If you don't know what ground control does, which is your 4-piece talent for future initiative, you have increased you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 15% while at full armor. Pause that for a second. If you are using the chest piece, almost said backpack. If you're using the chest piece, that increases from 15 to 25%. So scrolling back up, increase you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 25% when at full armor. So that means that as long as you have healed the person and they are at full armor, they get an additional 25%, which is amazing. The other half of this is when you repair an ally and you are when you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters are also repaired for 60%. So if you repair somebody across the battlefield, then you still get 60% of that healing. And with my current build, I pretty much instantly heal them and heal myself at the same time. So you almost never have to drop a chem on yourself, which is great. Onto the holster, same thing. I'm running repair skills, and the knee pads, same thing. The gloves, I'm chose to run BTSU gloves. It's not really required, but it is very, very, very helpful when you can use the transference overclock to overcharge the hives and the entire team. It's come in more than enough times, super helpful. If you're doing Morozova, but we're going to get on to the backpack because that is the piece that has, at least the people I've talked to, I have a couple people that are very strongly against having opportunistic and strongly for opportunistic. The other talent you would run, and I will put these as a side-by-side comparison, is they're both Alp Summit pieces, so we're both getting repair skills. I have both of them rolled to repair skills and skill haste. But as for the talents, I have Safeguard on one and I have Opportunistic on the other. I keep both of these. And if you do a healer build, plan on having both of these backpacks, one in your inventory and one that you wear. The reason that I say this is it's very circumstantial to who you're running with. It's also circumstantial to your build. All of my pieces are rolled to 20% repair skills. I also have nearly 20% repair skill mods, so I have an extra 60% in mods for repair skills. I actually had to pull one of our other clan members aside and say, hey, give me kind of the reason that you like the Safeguard and you prefer Safeguard and why you teach it this way, because he's also a very experienced player. And so I went to him for that one. But he said that when you are learning healer, maybe you don't have the most repair skills. Maybe your repair skills are all like 12s, 15s. Maybe you're running skill haste mods and not repair skills mods. So if you have low repair skills, then you can put on Safeguard. And what he runs is he runs skill haste mods, not repair skill mods, and he runs Safeguard, which completely clicked to me and made total sense because he does not have the extra 60% repair skills. He gets 40% more than I do, but I run Opportunistic. The argument that he was telling me was this covers the new healers or new players, that if you have a player that's bouncing around and not standing still and you're trying to shoot chem after chem after chem, if you hit them with one chem, it will heal them back up. They will once again get the future initiative. They'll get the ground control, so they get an extra 25% damage. The other thing is if they even partially step into it, so you're not wasting all of your chems trying to shoot the person that won't stand still with a chem. I completely understand. I've had a couple times where I'm trying to heal someone who just won't stand still, and you waste 3 chems on them. Whereas if you have the Safeguard, that one chem can heal pretty much the entire team in one spot. So it is very, very beneficial to have Safeguard. However, I don't want to say that that is the only way. I run Opportunistic. I tend to run, I run the extra 60% repair skills, the 3 mods. I also tend to run with a dedicated raid team or close to dedicated raid team where we have a lot of experienced players. I can pretty much put 1 chem on them and leave them alone, and they will normally maintain their armor long enough to do plenty of damage before they maybe need another repair. So there is no right or wrong. What I will say is if you are a new healer and you just want to make sure that you have enough healing for your whole team, you can run Safeguard. If you become experienced or you run with an experienced team and maybe you're putting a healing build together, thank you for watching the video for one. But for two, opportunistic is going to be beneficial. That will give you 10% extra damage on top of the 25% as long as your team can stay healthy. Now, the other reason that you would not want to run opportunistic is if the other player on your team is running the setup, which is perfectly opportunistic, which gives them 15%. So if you have 15%, your 10% will cancel them out. I haven't actually tested it out to know if the 10% and the 15% just kind of go back and forth. So if I'm shooting them, then whoever else shoots them, typically my diagnostic tank. This goes back and forth of which one do you need? Well, the 15%, I don't know if they shoot them first, will it stay and then mine will just keep adding? I don't think it works that way. I think mine would take over, or maybe once theirs wears out, mine would then jump in and we'd have to wait for the cooldowns, which is only 5 seconds for both of them. But that is the build. I just wanted to cover this in depth, thorough, make sure that both sides have been heard and make sure that both sides are understood. Neither one is wrong. There is no right or wrong answer to this. Opportunistic is going to help your team do more damage if the rest of your team is healthy enough to do more damage. However, if they even take 1% armor, they have now lost the ground control, tactical, whatever this, tactical superiority or ground control, whatever you call it. If they take 1% armor damage, they have lost the ground control, and now they have lost 25%, and they're only doing an extra 10. So as far as which one's right, you pick. There is no right or wrong answer. Getting into my skills, because that is way less controversial. Skills is the chem launcher. We are using the healing chem, so it's the reformer chem. And as for mods, I'm running skill haste. I get my skill haste here. Like I said, the other person that I play with, he uses skill haste mods, so I think he uses the +1 ammo. I don't think he uses skill haste. Either way, he said he has 9-second cooldowns. I have almost 19-second cooldowns, and I still don't run out of chems. Maybe I'm a better healer. No, just kidding. You know who you are. Don't rip me apart in the comments. The other one I'm using is the 7.1 healing because I don't have a 7.5. As far as my second skill, we are running the Healing Hive, Restorer Hive, and I'm going to run 5% healing. I'm also running 4.7% duration because I don't have 5%, and we're going to run the +4 repair charges, which brings us to a grand total of 36 repair charges. Other than that, guys, thank you for watching the video. I hope this maybe put a little bit of light on the back and forth. Which one is better, opportunistic or safeguard? You guys decide. There is no right or wrong answer is my kind of bottom line. It's very circumstantial and very
controversial.
Thank you, Google, because I just can't say that word to save my life. Either way, I will see you guys in the playthrough portion. As always, once again, please like, subscribe. If you want to leave a comment and tell me what you think, please do. I'm definitely very interested to know which way people think is the right backpack talent. Also, if you want to just help me out, leave a little smiley face emoji if you have nothing to say. Just literally putting that emoji boosts my interaction and it helps my video, it helps me, and I greatly appreciate that as well. As always, guys, we will get into the gameplay coming up right now. Congratulations, you made it to Morozova. This is the point when the controversy really comes out. When the doors opened, you want to throw your healing hive on the ground. As for the backpack talent, it depends on how the rest of the raid has gone. I'm currently running opportunistic because that's just what I tend to use. However, you can easily run safeguard here, especially if you have players that are maybe running glass cannon or maybe are new to a certain position and take a lot of damage. Running safeguard is certainly the safe option to ensuring that everyone has enough healing. So I'm going to put my healing hive over here on right door, and then I'm going to run over here to the trailer. If your person on right door is using a shield, you might want to place that hive a little bit farther back or tell them when they use the shield to step out of it, because the shields have a tendency of eating multiple charges of the hive very quickly. So right here, we're going to be calling for sniper was up there, making sure they know about that. As healer, you are kind of overlooking the whole battlefield. You kind of know who's healthy. You also get to joke around with your friends a little bit more, but it's one of those roles that you also have kind of the responsibility of making sure that everyone stays alive. And if you know where the players tend to stand, like in this case, this player typically is either on the front or they will pull across over behind the building on the left side there. Again, sniper left side, watching them, making sure they get shot down. Sniper right.
Take it, Venom, take it.
We have a headhunter dedicated, and we also have our right rocket. I believe in this one is also headhunting. So just don't forget about the guy behind you if you're hanging out in this trailer. In that case, left rocket called to me and said, "Hey, throw me a heal when you can." So turn around, shoot him with a heal real quick. Or if you stand next to him and heal someone else, you can actually heal him at the same time. Kind of 3 birds with 1 stone, because you always heal yourself. And then anyone within 5 meters of you gets the extra 60% as well. So left door was messing with me a little bit. I think he was giving me a little bit more work than he necessarily had to do. He's got probably 4 times the raids that I do. So I was giving him a little extra heal sometimes when he didn't need it, just because a little back and forth fun. Like I said, I do a lot of raids with a very similar group of people that we all run raids on a regular basis. So I kind of know what everyone's capable of and their strengths and weaknesses, etc. Don't be afraid as healer. If you have your team is healthy, don't be afraid to pull out your shotgun, pull out your rifle, whatever you're using, and put a little bit of shots on target. Either shooting the left rocket guy if maybe he's avoiding a mortar, like I probably could have done behind me here. You could throw a heal up to the corner where he's supposed to be and then find out he's not there. We do that all the time. Don't be afraid to throw a chem out. If you run out of chems, tell your team, no chems, give me a minute. But that might be another reason to put more skill haste into your build and run safeguard, especially because then you have skill haste. So I'm trying to shoot things because I do have opportunistic, so that as long as they're healthy, they're getting the 25 plus the 10, which is very beneficial to everybody. And in this case, I wasn't quite paying attention, but I think he got mortared. But we will put a chem on him straight away, maybe 2 there. And then we're going to try and see where that ad went. And if we have to, give him a little bit of help. Don't be afraid as your healer to make sure that your squad is healthy, but also helping them. In this case, my left rocket decided to throw me somebody, I think for the sake of the video, because they knew I was recording the footage. So he gave me this, and I just dealt with it. Don't be afraid to shoot. You don't do a lot of damage, and your team will help you. They understand that you are the healer. Your job is not necessarily to heal. I'm trying to figure out where to shoot this thing, but bring it to the middle. This is the end of first phase. So I'm going to drop this. I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to grab my hive. Normally, instead of grabbing the rocket, carrying it in, I would have just run straight here, grab this. Everyone's going to middle. They're going to shoot the rockets. There's that one. And now we are going to get ready to go in. So I'm going to throw my hive towards the back. I'm not actually going to pick it up. This is one of the things that I've seen newer healers don't do. There's 4 phases to this match. Phase 1, 2, and 3, if you overcharge right as the mortars start. So right about here. If you look at the size and the amount of healing these things do, I still have overcharge. Drop another one. Drop another one. Drop the last one. The last one was not overcharged, so maybe the overcharge was a little early. But we're going to throw our hive over here once again so that our left or right door has it. Also, right rocket can step forward and use it if they need it. So once again, we're going to run over to the right or left side. We're going to park our little behind on the trailer. And we're going to kind of heal from here because it's a really good overview. But again, don't be afraid to move around. Don't be afraid to position yourself. If this does not work for you, there's a couple different spots to position yourself. I find this spot here on the trailer works great because I'm protected from not only the rockets from behind, I'm protected from the minigun, and I'm protected from most of the other field. Heals just for no reason at this point. Somebody decides to let some ads go from left door, or maybe they get taken down. The ads come straight for you. Guess who they're coming for? Again, that's one of the benefits of having your shotgun out and not your chem launcher all the time.
Got a key tank too.
Dylan, can you see
So
that?
I'm on a very strong team. We've only had, I think, one person go down, and that was left door briefly.
I can't. It disappeared.
It's a fucking decoy, mother.
I pulled the jack, didn't I?
We are a very comfortable group, so we do a lot of joking around and having fun while we're doing these raids. I'm going to run up here and grab ammo, because why not? Like I said, everything's going down pretty smooth. Drop him a heal on the way through. Turn around, do a little bit of shooting. Really don't be afraid to pull out your shotgun or your Scorpio if you're running one, or whatever gun you're running. If you have a Scorpio, you can status people and freeze them in place so quickly and easily that it's beneficial for not only you, but the people that are doing the damage. So come over here. I'm going to grab my hive once again. This is the end of phase 1. We're going to go into phase 2. This is the point where Morozova is going to come out. Or Morozova is going to be pulled back. Again, we're going to throw our hive to the back. I'm going to try and time it a little better. We're going to proc opportunistic on Morozova, and if possible, get enough shots on her to send her back to where she came from in the office area.
He's back, Waha.
So again, break the hive, throw down some chems. Everyone's coming out. That was a little bit better timed because I broke it a little later. So we got 2 chems out, which is more than enough to heal. We're going to shoot the rocket for one of them that forgot it, because they do. You guys rockets too while I'm out here. Taking a little bit of credit for myself of shooting rockets, even though it's really not a hard job to do. And third phase, we're going to go straight back to where we came from, over here.
We've been right, yeah.
Sniper left, down.
Take it.
So you can hear me calling sniper left. I'm going to try and, again, be the eyes for the team, or an extra set of eyes for everybody. I know my snipers are focusing on one thing. My doors are focused on another thing. The rockets are focused on another thing. Like, everyone's focusing on their task. I'm kind of the one that's looking around the battlefield on a regular basis, so I'm going to try and help out. We also have the stagger tank who's got his face into a door, and the key tank who's kind of going back and forth. In this phase, the second and third phase, the key tank is kind of running free to help out the team, calling the sweeps on phase 3 and 4, ideally. I'll do a key tank video here in the future. Sniper right.
Middle.
So there's the call for the middle. That means left, right doors go middle. Rocketeers are already in the middle. I'm going to go over here for the third time, pick up my hive. We're going to throw it straight to the back. Hive on the water.
Rifle.
Get all the statuses on Morozova. On the line. Trying to avoid the mortars here. Oh shit, I accidentally pick up my hive, so I'm going to throw it back out. It causes a little bit of problems because I'm not healing as much, so at this point I'm just pulling out the chem and trying to get everyone heals on the way out the doors. We'll do a quick overcharge, and there's a delayed hive over to right door. Unfortunately, this also does mean that he's not going to have a full hive, most likely, unless you can sit here for a minute. I think in this case I drop him like 30 charges or so and call it good.
There we go.
Thank you.
So helping out over here with opportunistic because I don't have the hive down. I was waiting for the charges to fill up. I ended up actually waiting for 36. I didn't realize I would. I forgot my own footage. Avoid the sweep. This is fourth phase, so we have lasers, we have sweeps, we have mortars, we have the works. This is the hardest phase of all of Morozova. I'm not saying she's a hard boss to beat. There is obviously one-shot tactics that they use to speedrun her. So not saying she's hard. There's people that do this in 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever the record is right now. But a normal run for our group with maybe someone who's new or someone who's learning is 30 to 45 minutes. It's pretty consistent.
Shit.
Obviously RNG is what it is, so we're going to put a couple shots over there, make sure that he goes down, and just kind of keep sweeping the battlefield, controlling how many chems I'm actually using.
Sweep right.
Sniper left.
Right, rocket. Left rocket even.
Take the right one, Wah.
The sniper right.
No, down, no.
Do you need more or?
No, no.
Okay.
Villain, save your armor kits. You got 2 on you.
Gotcha.
So because I have the extra chems, I'm going to try and keep people conserving their armor kits. This is the last phase, so we ideally won't need a whole lot more chems, but sometimes things go wrong in the last minute. You need every ounce that you have.
Follow.
Oh no.
I'm
had
getting
to
crowd control up.
switch.
Right door's open.
Yeah, nice.
Chills.
One shot.
Get a hive on him. Get the hive on him. Get an extra chem on him. Just make sure that everyone holds together. Help out again with left door. I know he's better than that. I really think because this group knew I was recording, they messed with me a little bit, but it happens. It's part of how we have fun when we do these raids. I personally have just cleared 100 raids on Iron Horse, and I know there's many others in the group that have done 200, even 500 clears. So it's a very, very talented group of people who put together these raids on a regular basis, and they just constantly go smooth. Here we're wrapping up. We're gonna shoot put the final key in. It's gonna break the turret or the gun on the train, which will get rid of the electricity. Obviously, if you have a Faraday tank, you can, or a Faraday healer, either one, you could easily just put something in the electricity and walk in. But this is the more typical way of doing it. There's no mortars, so we're just gonna go straight in. I'll throw my hive down, prep for an overcharge. This one's going to be a delayed overcharge because someone will have the Achilles pulse, which is what we typically do, and someone is going to try and switch. One of our headhunters will probably switch to the perfect focus chest piece, I believe. A little late, probably, sorry. And they're going to go for a one-shot on her, but both of y'all missed. Didn't work. What do we pay you for? Thank you for watching again. I appreciate you guys. I will have links to the first 2 bosses as healer as well. But if you enjoyed this, like, subscribe, do all the cool things that cool kids do, and I will see you in the next video.